Alrighty, here's the overview of our World Cup roster. As you can see, some values have changed. Dutch created or completed a transfer to Osberg, 36.5. Magic's up to 38. Monty has transferred to Benfica, Tone's bit namesake, 25 million. Our goalie has completed a transfer to AS Monaco, 21.5. Dynamyar is up to 13. He's wanted by Barcelona and Man City, so hopefully one of those will go through. Tone's up to 11.5. Ralphie 6.7. He is now at Saint Etienne. Miles still with Montpellier 6.75. Johnny Bananas still at Pachuca up to 6.75. Bear still with Seattle doing his thing 5.5. Cole's also at 5.5 with Utrecht. Panda with New York, as is Ryan 5.25, 900k respectively. 20 big boards still in Lyon. Still doing his thing. 3.6. Mordecai up to 850k with Columbus. Basically, how it works is if any of us were to complete a transfer, like Dynamyar here, he's the only one with a currently wanted. That once the transfer is complete, that value will skyrocket. That's what happened to all the other guys. So I'm just gonna work my way down the list. Here's Magic Man's current stats. Not too bad. Let's look at recent 6.84, 6.85. Those are solid ratings for a defensive mid. No goals, no assists, unfortunately. No players of the matches, but he's getting in there. He's putting in work. Seeing the best 11. Wolfsburg has not done anything, but he's playing for a top tier club. Dutch with Osberg. Here is his current attributes. Probably one of our faster players, which isn't saying much. Recent stats, he was with Atlanta 2 years. Osberg created a summer transfer, so he only had a partial year with Atlanta. 5 goals, 8 assists. Team of the week once. Did win the MLS Cup with Atlanta, Supporter Shield with Atlanta, US Cup with Atlanta, so they had a treble. Atlanta had a treble. This is pretty solid. Oh, and Champions League. They had a quadruple. That's not too often. That doesn't happen too often. Monty. Here's his stats. First touch looking good. Passing looking great. With Benfica. 2 goals, 4 assists. 4 times player of the match. 7.1 rating. Pretty solid. He was at Marseille for a few years. Houston, Atlanta. He's been around the block a little bit. Runners up. Did not win. Was in the overall best 11. Is that for just Benfica? Yeah, it's just for Benfica. Not too bad. Shaft. His stats. Started to get some nice work. Had an early transfer late in the summer window. Hasn't played too much for Monaco. But, he's still young, especially for a keeper. They did win the Coupe de Ligue European Championship. Oh, I forgot to mention. The stats, that's just for the league. So I can click on Monaco. Well, he only appeared 1 time so far in the league. He appeared 7 times in the cup. He was their cup run keeper. So he actually really was here. He was playing. Wow, they were runners up in the Champions League. Lost to Man United. Lukaku, too strong. Dynamyar. Here's his current stats. Good header, good marking, good positioning. They did win the Premier League. Sporting did, so that means that Tone also won the Premier League and the Taça de Portugal, their cup game. Good stuff. Speaking of Tone, his current stats. as you can see, also winning the double. 9 goals, 11 assists. Overall, all competitions, 14 goals. Pretty solid. Sporting man through and through so far. Ralphie, he's been bounced around a little bit. Here's his current stats. He's still on loan, so technically he's still a parent, the PSG man. But at 23 years old, not breaking through the first team, not sure when that's going to happen. But he could still work his way up, perhaps. Milestones. Chavez, he was for Chavez. He was on loan for Chavez. Career stats, 37 goals, 2 players of the match, 6. Overall, 38. Miles had that devastating injury, but has seemed to bounce back. Here's his stat line so far. 33 apps, couple assists. Team of the week a few times. But not too much. Not going to win too much at Montpellier. Johnny Bananas. Current stats. Dribbling's very good. We see him make those runs down the sideline. Acceleration, he's our quickest player. See his stats for Pachuca. 27, 5, 30, 14 assists last year. It's good. Overall, 20 appearances. Or 36 appearances, sorry. 6 goals, 7 assists, not bad. Milestones. First team of the season for the first division, that's good. Winners of, I don't know what this means. Looks like a cup game. Mexican player of the season in 2021 with those 14 assists. That's pretty sweet. See how Bear's doing. Our other winger. Our current stat line. Passing very good. You see him get those crosses in. Get those tight little passes. Pace. He's our fastest. He just has no stamina. Career stats, 3 goals, 1 assist last year, 6. So overall, 136 appearances for Seattle. 31 goals, 12 assists, 12 players in the match. Pretty solid rating. Milestones, team of the week, season 11. 3rd place, MVP. Didn't win any winners. Nope. They didn't win the North American Champions League, but back a few years ago. Must have been one of his first years there. Cool. Here's his stats. Finishing, still one of our best finishers, as we see with his calm finishing. He's finally starting to get some stats. 32 back-to-back years, solid appearances. 32 appearances. Overall 35, 10 goals. Did win the Dutch Cup. This is cool. League Cup. Seasonal best 11 for the team. Team of the week. Starting to grow a little bit. He's a little bit of a late bloomer. Panda, still with New York. Here are his stats. Or his attributes. There are his stats. In the middle of a season, on break, come to the World Cup with Bahamas. Was a Sporting Kansas City man, now Red Bull. Team of the week, player of the year, Red Bull player of the year. Won the US Cup with Red Bulls. 20 big boards in Lyon. He's been a Lyon man. He was on loan, Lorient, just barely. But he's got to be working his way up on the Lyon appearances list. Solid ratings. Good stats. We see him all along the back line. Did win the French Cup a few years ago. That's pretty sweet. And the Copa del League. Ryan, our newest guy on the scene, he's growing. There's his current attributes. Spade, 27. That was his youth squad. Did win the US Cup with Red Bulls as well, with Panda. And then Mordecai, our hero, walking us into the World Cup with 2 goals versus Costa Rica. Bouncing around with Columbus. Might need to seek of a transfer, get more playing time. He's still got a chance to make his name.